start explaining.
Good afternoon, everybody. So
Good
here
afternoon.
are with our here are with our course activity on the electric and design of ancillary systems. So here is the outline of presentation. So first we will go with the introduction, and next heating and cooling systems, and next design of the controls, next power steering and choice of tires and wing mirrors, aerials and luggage racks, and next electric vehicle recharging and refueling systems. So next introduction part. So here, what you mean by ancillary services? So these are the service necessary to support the transmission of electric power from the generators to consumer, given the obligation of control areas and the transmission utilities within those control areas to maintain reliable operations of the interconnection transmission systems. So the here the design and the choice of the ancillaries such as heating and cooling system are also very important. But an important issue is in ordinary IC engine vehicles is the ever rising amount of electric power required to drive the auxiliary system. But indeed, this problem will cause a gradual moving over from 14 to 42 volts in electric systems. And here, the average power taken by the electric system on even every ordinary car can be much as 2 kilowatt. So this is the important in battery electric vehicles. So the heating or cooling systems of a car or the bus is obviously a major consumer of energy. So and also the other systems like steering, tires are also important. So we'll study about that. So next is our heating and cooling system. So here there is a little point in introducing the ultimate energy efficient electric vehicle, light, aerodynamic, and with high motor and transmission efficiency, and then waste precious energy by passing currently directly through resistance to a heat the vehicle. Uh, and in this the fuel cells vehicles and IC engines vehicles which emits unwanted waste that is heat is available which will quickly warm the vehicle. So the and next in the battery powered electric vehicles there's a little waste there's a little waste of heat. So here the heat is required more. So for this the so this must be supplied for from the suitable sources like the heat pumps. And of course the for electric vehicles such as bikes and golf buggies there is no heating to be supplied. And next, so here is the schematic diagram of a heater system. So batteries have a low specific energy and are expensive, and it is better to store heat energy by using the specific heat or the latent heat of the materials. So, for example, let's take the 1 kg of water housed in a suitable insulated container and raise it through 70 degrees Celsius above. The ambient contains 293 kilojoules or 81 watt hour of the heat. At this 81 watt hour per kg, is considered a better specific energy than the lead acid batteries. So next one is that modern night storage heaters use the latent heat of fusion of materials such as wax, which gives an even higher specific energy than that obtained by heating of water. So means that basically the wax is melted and which is kept in an insulated container, and that heat can be drawn from the wax when we require. So here is the diagram is that here is the one container which contains the heat retentive materials means the retentive materials means the which can store heat for maximum time, such as molten wax, where the latent heat of fusion is released as the metal cools and and it solidifies. So electric current to supply heat. So here to get heat there is electric current to supply the heat. So here when cold air is passed through the tube, it passes through this container and this and after the actions take place in this container, it warmed and air is out. So the heater could be recharged at the same time that the batteries were topped up and the heat could be taken off are required. So next is so here is a schematic of cooling system. So this is the similar technique that is that could be used for storing cool. Means here, mm, so here is that. Uh, In this diagram we can see that when warm air is from vehicle is get into the container with water and ice to store the coolness, and this is cooled back and cooler air back to the vehicle. So next one is hello, hello,
Yes. Hello.
what's it? Hello.
Yeah. Hello. You're audible. Continue.
Right. So schematic diagrams of cooling system. For example, we can say that if ice is created at night and the latent heat of fusion is released when we required it. So so next we are going with this, mm, fuel burning heaters can be used to provide warmth. So this type of heaters are used in battery vehicles. These burning heaters are used in the battery vehicles in US postal services. Such heaters are controlled by opening the doors and letting heat out. So next one is the schematic of a heat pump. So here, uh,
Pawan,
so it
why
is the
why
unconventional.
there isn't any Pawan, why there isn't any title name in any of the slides? Why there is no title for any of the slides? Why the uh, slide names are or diagram names are copied from the book? So 10.3. Why suddenly there is a 10.3? Could you have not figured or numbered the figure as 1, 2, 3 and all? Why all this left side paragraphs they are in unjustified form? Can't you do the justification?
Yes,
So there is no title to any of the slides. Did you go through the PPT guideline that was given to you?
yes. This all comes under the heating and cooling systems. So I
But in
have
that case,
prepared it.
every slide should be having the same title, right?
Yes.
Have you seen any of my
So
lectures? So there are 35 lectures that have been uploaded. All the lectures you'll be finding that every paragraph is having justified. You know what is meant by justification formatting? What is command for that? It is Control J. It's
yes,
a
sir.
1 second job. So just select all the paragraph and press Control J. The right side, all these things are uneven. It will become even in that case. So you have directly copied the material from the book PDF and you are actually reading from the your presentation. That is not a right thing to do. It has not gone into your head, so you're just reading from the material. So that is also not a right way to present. And none of the slides are given proper title. So if it is same thing you are explaining, so what you should do is you should give the title and right side mein chota se likho CONTD dot. That means the same title is continued. Okay, so this is the way you have to do, and you have to change the name of the figures. It cannot be 10.3. You have to number the figure as 1, 2, 3 as you have used in your slides. Points understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So all this corrections you have to do before you are uploading this thing in Google Classroom. And just see this figure, you have stretched it. ये थोड़ा लंबा हो गया. So the aspect ratio is not maintained. ये फिगर थोड़ा लंबा हो गया, वैसा नहीं अच्छा दिखता है. So it should be perfectly the size. It should not get stretched in x axis or it should not be stretched in y axis. It should be perfect the way it is. And you can put uh, you can just put a boundary to it. So just select this, go to in your PPT. So there is, you can put a border to all the images. So I think you have not, first thing, you have not seen my slides, whatever are uploaded during lecture. That is the first thing. Second thing, you have not followed any of the guidelines which is given in the slides. So it really is not liked by me. Whenever you are uploading the slide into Google Classroom, so please see that everything is done properly and then you upload it. Okay, continue.
Yes, sir. So here the schematic of the heat pump. So it is another way of heating and cooling the electric vehicle. So heat pump is a device that actually provides more heat energy than shaft heat pump pumps the heat from the one location to another. So when heating an electric vehicle, the heat pump will take heat from the outside air and pump the heat to car interior. A reversible heat pump takes heat from the car and pumps it to the outside air, cooling the car. So the design of the heat pump is complicated, however. So there are many conditioning systems available. So it would be better sense in installing the air conditioner in all electric vehicles where long range is required. Okay, next will be continued by Nitish.
Okay, Pawan, thank you so much. My name is Nitish, and I'm going to continue explaining the further parts. Uh, so,
Yes,
uh,
Nitish.
so today, further we will see the aspects in ancillary systems that impact the ancillary systems, such as the design of controls, the choice of tires, the design of wing mirrors, aerials, and then recharging and refueling systems.
Pawan, you
These
can
all
mute your video. Pawan, you can cut off your video.
Yeah, so
Yes, make
these
it full
all
screen.
won't make it in presentation mode. Yeah,
Yes, correct. Nitish, continue.
yeah. These all factors do affect the ancillary services in a very broad way. So let us first see the impact of controls. Let us see the design of controls. Here, by controls, we mean traditional mechanical controls, such as the steering wheel, the floor-mounted accelerator, the braking pad, and etc. Here, we do not include clutch, since there is no need for a clutch in an electric vehicle. However, some modern vehicles, such as the GM Highwire, they use more sophisticated modern systems that use the drive-by-wire system. And this drive-by-wire system, it controls the controls are effectively the movement transducers, which convert the movement into an electrical signal. Then the electrical signal is normally fed into the electronic controller or a computer. These electronic controller or computer, they in turn turn the control servos on, brakes, servers, steering throttles, and so on. They turn on these controls and help in the necessary work to be done. Next, so with an all-electric car, it is possible to break out the standard and use different systems, such as the stick controller, which is illustrated in the previous slide, Pawan. Previous slide. Pawan, can you go to previous slide? Yeah, here you can see the stick controller that is being depicted. And we can see that there is a forward and accelerate, and at back there is a braking and reverse, and there are also left and right controls.
Correct.
Uh, yes, next coming to the four quadrant electronic controller. Normally a four quadrant electronic controller is used to control the motor. Here the first quadrant will provide the forward power, and second will provide the regenerative braking. However, the other two quadrants are used in case of reverse, when we require the reverse function. So some manufacturers have even experimented with the one long stick used to control everything, which incorporates the steering, the accelerator, and the brakes. The figure in the next slide will show the controls fitted to an experimental vehicle. Next slide, Paul. This here the figure shows the stick control that is being fitted to an experimental vehicle. So an advantage of more modern types of control systems that are appropriate for electric vehicle is that computer system can be involved, which can be used to override the user commands and give us the proper functioning. For example, the motor power of the vehicle is normally fixed to allow it to ascend steep heaps at a reasonable speed. But however, this power can be used to provide excessive acceleration and speed, which wastes energy, and also it reduces the range of the vehicle. Also, it is quite practical that to provide electronic speed controls so that excessive speeds and acceleration are avoided. This also helps in increasing the range, and it reduces the waste of the energy that is being done in case of excessive acceleration. So next, coming to the power steering, next slide, Pawan. Coming to the power steering and tires. As we all know, power steering is now common in many cars, particularly the heavy vehicles, which are obviously the electric ones. With IC engines, however, vehicles, it is conventional to use a hydraulic system. In this, the hydraulic pump is being powered mechanically from the engine. But in case of electric cars, where there is an electric power source, it is easier and more efficient to use electrically powered power steerings. For example, we can take the Honda Insight. It uses a variable assist, the Pion electric power steering system, that is EPS, instead of a hydraulic power steering system. Because the EPS system only needs to draw electric power when the steering assist is required, we can see that there is no extra energy needed while crushing, which improves the overall efficiency of the vehicle. Now next, let's see how the design of tire impacts the ancillary systems. Coming to the tire modifications required to achieve the good ancillary systems. Low rolling resistance tires, such as we can take, for example, the Michelin Proxima RR. It has a very low rolling resistance, and it is worthwhile to use such low energy tires. There is no compromise in handling and safety streaming from use of such energy efficient tires. In fact, hybrid ICs or electric vehicles are also normally fitted with such low rolling resistance tires. Low energy tires normally get inflated at a fairly high pressure, typically about 3.5 bar. And this means the ride experienced by the passenger would be a little less comfortable due to the harder suspension in comparison to the normal tires that are used. That is, the low energy tires make the less comfortable for the user, since due to the harder suspensions involved. Also, some low energy tires, such as the Proxima RR, we can take it as example. The Proxima RR are specially designed to be inherently quiet. So next slide, Pawan. Let us see the impact of wing mirrors, aerials, and luggage racks. It is obviously illogical to spend endless time and effort for perfecting the aerodynamics of the vehicles, and then sticking wing mirrors, aerials, and luggage racks out of the sides of the car. This immediately increases the aerodynamic drag, and aerodynamic drag coefficient, which in turn reduces the range of the vehicle. So in order to solve this wing mirror issue, modern video systems are being used to replace traditional wing mirrors. Small video cameras are placed at critical spots, and they are to be relayed on a screen where the driver's mirror is traditionally located. This has an additional advantage of giving an all-round visibility to the driver, and it also solves the problem of aerodynamic drag that is caused by traditional wing mirrors that are attached at the side of the vehicle. So as far as aerials are concerned, they can be incorporated on one of the rear windows to avoid external protrusions and improve the aerodynamic drag. Next, comparatively to other systems like the wing mirror and aerial, the luggage racks are more difficult to implement since their requirement changes as per users, and one particular system cannot be implemented. Sometimes they can be needed, and most of the other times they may be useless to the customers. So it is better to design battery vehicles so that they do not have an option of any luggage rack or external fitting that get protruded out of the vehicle. So in this way, we can adjust the vehicle so that there is very less drag that is being obtained, aerodynamic drag. I mean. So next, coming to the electric vehicle recharging and refueling systems. clearly there is no use in introducing the electrical vehicle without introducing recharging systems for the battery vehicles and the
Correct.
refueling system for fuel cell vehicles. In places such as California, parts of France and Switzerland, since there is an active encouragement for battery vehicles, recharging points have been located around the cities at various places. The people, the customers are also well aware of the situation that where the charging spots are available. This makes it very easy for the very convenient for the customers. And then since battery electric cars are usually used for short journeys, or at least where within a limited region, users will know where charging points are located. We can also customize applications for mobiles and Windows systems, which tell us the spots where the charging is available nearby the user. And as far as rechargeable electric vehicles become more widespread, more thought would be required as to how and where charging points should be situated, so that the users are more convenient and they can spot the charging points easily. And then how electricity would be paid for them would become more of an issue as electric vehicles use increases. The electricity would be a major problem, like how we should transport the electricity. We need to set up more plants, electricity production plants that help in meeting the requirements of the electricity. And then more thought would be required how and where charging points should be situated. And in addition, whenever necessary, suitable electric supply lines would need to be provided, and appropriate generating equipments should need to be installed at places. And in contrast to traditional, the modern plug-in chargers do not need to use transformers. Instead, they use AC current that is rectified and converted to direct current, and then that is used to charge a large capacitor, which can be stored as a battery. Okay, thank you.
Very good, Nitesh. You give a very good presentation just now. You have just gone to the depth of all the practical issues. So Pawan Kumar and Nitesh, I would request you to please correct the formatting errors in your presentation. Your
Yes, sir.
presentation was